achievements and reflect on our journey together.
With this, we take this opportunity to warmly welcome our distinguished guests for today's program on the dais. May I request our chief guest, Ms. Asmita Lal Ma'am, IAS, presently District Magistrate of Bagpat, Uttar Pradesh, to kindly grace the dais. Next, I invite Honorable President of IACP, Dr. Naveen Grover Sir, our guest of honor, Dr. Suryadev Tripathi Sir, Director of the Center for Morality Promotion, Government of Thailand. Our guest of honor, Dr. Sanat Mahavidhange Sir, Director of the Center for Mindfulness-Based Research and Practices, University of Sri Jayawardhanpura, Sri Lanka. Our special guest, Dr. Rudiger Schellenberg Sir, Head of Dr. Schellenberg Institute for Integrated Medicine and Sciences, Germany. Our conference convener, Dr. Anand Pratap Singh Sir, Head, Department of Psychology and Mental Health. We welcome you all. To express our sincere appreciation for their gracious presence, we would like to formally welcome our guests by presenting them with bouquets. First, I would request Dr. Anand Pratap Singh Sir to present a bouquet to Ms. Asmita Lal Ma'am, our chief guest, and welcome her to this program. Next, I request Dr. Pooja Kumari Ma'am to present a bouquet to Dr. Naveen Grover Sir, Honorable President, IACP. I request Dr. Shipra Sharma Ma'am to kindly come forward and present a bouquet to Dr. Suryadev Tripathi Sir, our guest of honor. I request Mrs. Akriti Vashni Ma'am to present a bouquet to Dr. Sanat Mahavidhange Sir, our guest of honor. I request Dr. Anu Thiotia Ma'am to present a bouquet to Dr. Rudiger Schellenberg Sir, our special guest for today's program. Last but not the least, I would now request Dr. Mahmood Lepcha Ma'am to present a bouquet to Dr. Anand Pratap Singh Sir, our conference convener.
As we move forward, now I would like to invite our conference convener, Dr. Anand Pratap Singh Sir, to kindly honor this valedictory session. Sir is the founding HOD of Department of Psychology and Mental Health at GAUTAM BUDDH University. He has also made major contributions in the field of clinical psychology, neuropsychology, and neurofeedback therapy in clinical conditions for which he has been a recipient of various prestigious awards. I request sir to kindly present
the chief guest of today's program, the most dynamic and visionary administrator, Ms. Asmita Lal, a clinical psychologist and an IAS, presently the district magistrate of Bagpat. The president of Indian Association of Clinical Psychologists, Dr. Naveen Grover sir, the guest of honor of today's program, Dr. Surdev Tripathi, Director Center of Moral Promotion, Thailand, the guest of honor, Dr. Sanat Mahathivenge, Director, Center of Neurosciences and Mindfulness, University of Sri Jayawardenapura, Colombo. Our special guest, Dr. Rudger Skellenberg, Head, Dr. Skellenberg Institute of Integrative Medicine and Sciences, Germany. All the esteemed resource persons, invited speakers, delegates, respected faculty member of the university and my own department, dear students and staffs, a very good afternoon to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to warmly welcome you all to the valedictory session of 51st National Annual Conference of Indian Association of Clinical Psychologists. Now, as we all know that we are at the edge of the successful completion of this program, it is my distinct honor to extend a very warm welcome to our chief guest, Ms. Asmita Lal Madam, the District Magistrate of Bagpat. Before I formally welcome her, I would like to mention some of the our experiences with her. This is a very really pride moment for all of us that she belongs to clinical psychology fraternity, and when she took the charge of the district magistrate of Bagpat, somehow she came in contact with the university officials of GAUTAM BUDDHA University, and one day we received one letter from her to organize the mental health camps in Bagpat district to facilitate the disability certification for the people in need. When for very first time we visited there along with the team, then I saw some IAS, some district magistrate who is coming to the crowd and very empathetically sitting among the patients, trying to look into how we are conducting SFBT, how we are doing BSMS. And then this triggered something in my mind. Generally, the district magistrate or the IAS, they come in such of the camps, generally for the photograph session and for the media coverage, and then they go back. When she started sitting with the patients, observing each and everything, then she interacted with few of the parents, and then she called me, "Dr. Sahab, iska jara sa ek baar review kar lijiyega." I was surprised. Then I explored who is this person, and I contacted CMO how she knows so much about the clinical psychology, about the disability. Then I came to know that she is also from the clinical psychology discipline, and that was really very pleasurable moment for all of us, knowing that somebody is heading the district and belonging to clinical psychology fraternity. And today, even after being in the administration since last more than a decade, the clinical psychologist is still alive within her. That was really a very golden moment to realize this thing. And since then, we keep going to Bagpat district every month. We conduct the mental health camp, and we generally do the certification of the children in need. And you would be surprised to know this thing. She interacts with the patients and the parents. Then she comes and she says, डॉक्टर साहब मुझे लगता है इसका एक बार रिव्यू कर लीजिए आप थोड़ा सा, इसका स्कोर कुछ और हो सकता है। ये मॉडरेट का नहीं लग रहा है, मुझे लग रहा है कि ये सीवियर में आ जाएगा। तो थोड़ा सा इस चीज़ को ज़रा देखिएगा आप लोग। We are really like touched by her approach and empathetic understanding, even being in the administration and heading the district. So, on behalf of the entire department and Gautam Buddha University, I welcome you, ma'am, and really grateful to you that you spared your valuable time. You came all the way from Bagpat to this place and graced this occasion. I wholeheartedly thank you for being here on this special occasion. Thank you, ma'am. This successful organization of this conference, this could be possible just because of the strong support and patronage of the university officials of Gautam Buddha University. I take this opportunity to welcome my university officials, and I express my uh, thankfulness to all of them for always being there with the department and patronizing the department in organizing any of the event in the field of psychology and clinical psychology. I am thankful to the entire executive committee member of Indian Association of Clinical Psychologists and our Honorable President Dr. Naveen Grover sir for giving this responsibility to us to organize this 51st National Annual Conference of Indian Association of Clinical Psychologists at Gautam Buddha University. On behalf of Department of Psychology and Mental Health and Gautam Buddha University, I welcome you, sir, and I really express my sincere thanks for being here and gracing the occasion. We are honored to welcome our respected international delegates, our guest of honor, Dr. Suryadev Tripathi, the Director of Center of Moral Promotion, Government of Thailand, the guest of honor, Dr. Sanat Mahathirande, the Director of Center of Mindfulness-Based Research and Practices, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, Colombo, Dr. Rudiger Eskelenberg, Head, Dr. Eskelenberg Institute of Integrated Medicine and Sciences, Germany, and President of German Biofeedback Association. I am truly grateful to all of you for coming all the ways and giving your meaningful contribution in the successful organization of this conference. Thank you for being here with us. I wholeheartedly welcome all the resource persons, invited speakers, dear delegates, and the sponsors, and take a moment to express my deep appreciation to all of you, your enthusiasm, your intellectual rigor, and active engagement, which have truly made this conference a vibrant and enriching experience. So, on behalf of the Department of Psychology and Mental Health and the Gautam Buddha University, I wholeheartedly welcome you all in this validatory session of the 51st National Annual Conference of Indian Association of Clinical Psychologists. This is a very special moment that I am going to give a brief report about the conference which has been organized in the last 3 days, and now we are at the verge of the concluding ceremony. So briefly, since we are running short of the time, ma'am also has a very limited time, restricted time to be here. So I will not be discussing in detail what are the various achievements during these 3 days of the conference, but briefly I will be mentioning about the various sessions and how many people participated and how this uh, conference was concluded. This conference was started with the pre-conference on 8th of the April, and the 4 pre-conference workshops were conducted. One was on the basic orientation in neuro and biofeedback therapy by Dr. Rudiger Eskelenberg. The other one was the advancement in hypnotherapy by Dr. Jimmy K. Gopinath. And in the afternoon session, we had 2 more pre-conference workshops. One was on EEG-based mindfulness by Dr. Sanat Mahavidhange and imagery description for trauma memories by Professor M. Mandila from Neemanspan Road. I owe my sincere gratitude to all the speakers and all the participants for making this meaningful contribution to this 51st National Annual Conference of IACP. On 9th of the April, we started the conference days, and before the inaugural session, pre-inaugural, we had two keynote speeches, one by Dr. Sanat Mahavitande and the other one by Dr. Surya Tripathi. And then it was followed by another very important panel discussion that was moderated by Dr. Pratibha Anand Singh, and that was on ethics in clinical practice. Then this panel discussion and the keynote speeches were followed by the inaugural session. The conference was inaugurated by Honorable Governor of Himachal Pradesh, His Excellency Sri Kavinder Gupta ji, in the august presence of Honorable Vice Chancellor of GAUTAM BUDDH Institute, Professor Rana Pratap Singh, and other dignitaries. And after the inaugural sessions, again in afternoon, we had some of the oration sessions by IACP. The first was the Kang oration that was delivered by Professor S.P.K. Jaina, and the other one was the S.N. Murthy oration that was delivered by Professor Palumi Sudhir. Altogether, in the 3 days of the conference, the two keynote speeches, and then 3 plenary sessions, 1 panel discussion, 25 symposiums in all 3 days, 315 research papers were presented in the entire 3 days of this conference, and around 1,000 of the delegates from across the region of India as well as from across the globe participated in this conference, and they marked this conference a grand success. This conference has successfully brought together clinicians, academicians, researchers, and students, fostering meaningful dialogue and collaboration. I extend my sincere gratitude to all the speakers, chairpersons, presenters, organizing committee members, faculty, and student volunteers for their invaluable contribution. I invite each one of you to carry forward this spirit of inquiry, collaboration, and innovation that this conference has fostered. Let us continue to integrate emerging technology like AI with the timeless principles of empathy, ethics, and human connection that define our noble profession of the clinical psychology. I owe my sincere gratitude to all the speakers, to all the resource persons, all the chairpersons, all the delegates for giving their meaningful contribution to make this conference a grand success. My special word of gratitude goes to the organizing committee and volunteers, whose steady and tireless efforts behind the scenes ensured the smooth conduct of this event. My salute to all my departmental members, my students, for always being stood by with the department to mark all the event as a grand success. Hats off to all the organizing committee members, and I always say that my salam to Nari Shakti of my department. I'm really grateful to all of you for always being there with me. With these thoughts, I look forward to an inspiring conclusion to this remarkable journey, and thank you so much for being here and making this conference a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the valedictory address and for your great leadership for all of us. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Naveen Grover, sir. Sir is the Honorable President of the Indian Association of Clinical Psychologists. He is an assistant professor in the Department of Clinical Psychology, IBHAS. Sir has made notable contributions to research and clinical literature spanning areas such as psychotherapy processes and therapeutic alliance along the work with patients with schizophrenia. I request Sir to now deliver the valedictory address.
Thank you.
respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, my colleagues, friends. It's a great honor to be here, and especially to know when we met Ms. Lal and the district magistrate, and we came to know when Dr. Anand shared, and he has shared here also, that she's from a clinical psychology background. And when we were discussing over the tea briefly, we could make out, and she has a background from TIS, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, and everybody who is academician among us, they know the value of the TIS. And we were discussing about the disability certification, and so we could see that how an administrator can help in the delivery of mental health services. The way she is handling, say for example, earlier in the Bagpat, the team was not going from here, and then she coordinated, and we were also talking about that she has written not many experiences, published her work in the form of articles, and that was very wonderful to know, because we have not seen, at least I have not seen, any clinical psychologist with a psychology background into the field of administration. So that was an eye-opener. And to have someone from that background with that kind of empathy in the concluding ceremony, I think that makes the full sense to the whole 3 days deliberations what we have done. And we also extend from our association on behalf of the EC, on behalf of the whole Indian Association of Clinical Psychologists, a heartfelt thanks to Ms. Lal for gracing this occasion. We are also thankful to Dr. Surya Tripathi. I saw the name and then I was asking him, and then I thought Surya Dev, so the spelling was a bit different. Yes, people do make changes in the spelling these days because of certain reasons, but then he said that yes, he has his roots to Gorakhpur, but he basically, I mean, born and brought up in Thailand, yes, so he has been, so it's so wonderful to see someone, and he was saying that yes, I have my relatives still in the Gorakhpur, and so with pride, and like he was sharing that, and also it was so wonderful to have somebody, their roots here, and then we can see that yes, how they have prospered in the Thailand, and they can come back and contribute with us. And then we also have with us, I think you also bring the yes. That's what I could actually make out from the name that you're from, but still so Dr. Sanath has been with us for 3 days, and he's from Sri Lanka. And I could see on the dais my fellow colleague from Germany. So we have a lot of international presence in our conference. So I think the whole credit goes to Dr. Anand for engaging such a wonderful conference with the presence, where we can see the international presence in our IACP conferences. Usually, if we have such kind of presence, we call it international conference. But because in the IACP conference, we do not have yet designated international conference, so but we can, by spirit, we can call it international conference. But otherwise, yes, it is 51st National Conference of the Indian Association of Clinical Psychology. That's what I was sharing with ma'am also when I was telling her that they have a wonderful facility, and they do, and I thought maybe she has been to this place earlier also, but she said that no, this is the first time that she has come to the auditorium and those kind of things. So I said the auditorium 1 was facing a bit of technical lag, so that's why we had to shift it here, but otherwise you have a wonderful auditorium 1 also, and Dr. Anand, and for, so their organizing team on behalf of the EC of the IACP, we would like to give with a thunderous applause, I think, from everybody else. We would like to thank them that you have been so helpful, and they have taken care of all kinds of queries. And they were, I'm sure, they were running around for the whole 3 days, and now they will have a big party at the end of these 3 days. And I'm sure Dr. Anand will take them out for a big celebration whenever their opportunity comes. But that's the trend actually we used to have. Whenever we conducted conferences in our institutes, so the organizing person is supposed to take the organizing team out for some. So I think so. If he doesn't do that, you can let us know that we can then propel him, and we can. I can give you assurance that we can force him to do that because we are his teachers also. So we have that right that we can say that we can do that. So I think not taking much time. A big thank you for such a nice, wonderful conference and with such a nice, wonderful facilities. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. Next, I would like to invite our special guest, Dr. Rüdiger Schellenberg, sir. Dr. Rüdiger Schellenberg, sir, is the founder of the German Biofeedback Association. He has many years of experience in application and development of biofeedback and neurofeedback in several indications and illnesses. He also works as a teacher and a trainer for biofeedback in Germany. Sir, I welcome you to please address the gathering.
Namaskar. One word I learned in Hindi during my time in India, second time now in India. Dear honorable guests, dear value delegates of the conference, I'm proud to be here again, presented some of my experiences. I was very happy to join the conference, to meet with people, to discuss with a lot of people, and was very impressed on all the things which prepared and made it possible to have such an important, great, big conference here. Lots of things we learned, I think. The presentations we heard have been so wide, presented at a very high scientific, clinical level. It was so important that everybody of us will take informations, new ideas, new impressions with us at home to empower our own work at home, to get new ideas, to find new emotions, new ideas for well-being, one of the titles of a conference. What can we do to keep people healthy? What can we do to avoid to get ill? And so I think we got lots of new ideas, and thank you for participation of you. All the scientific talks we heard were very difficult, very different, showed us that the people are really working hard here in India. And so I'm very proud to see very often the students, because the students also presented paper presentations. I joined lots of the sessions, couldn't go to all the sessions I were invited because it was so wide range. But I think the work of the students and of the young presenters are very most important. The keynote speakers, they are professionals, they do their job as well since lots of years, but our new researchers, our new psychologists, presented probably first scientific results in their living in their work, and so we put a good basis for further research. And I think the young people are the future and will develop much more experiences, and we'll be happy maybe in a couple of years to present own presentations in another conference organized by themselves probably. So thank you once more to all the people, especially also for Dr. Anand, because he was the man, he invited me, he was the organizer of all the things we had here. He had, together with his team, his staff in the Department of Psychology and Mental Health, I know nearly all of them, did a really hard job the last weeks not only weeks, months, I think, together with the students. All of them were included in the work. Thank you for them as well. And so I experienced a new time in India, spent nearly 2.5 weeks in India, and enjoyed every time to be here. It's a pity that I must go back tomorrow. I enjoyed lots of time here, all the people, and a very interesting thing I always mentioned, Indian people, the students were smiling. It's a thing what lots of people in other countries, also in my one, do not know or lost visibility. And so it's always a very, very nice impression to meet the people here. I enjoyed the Indian food. I learned to eat with the fingers. I am very happy that I could do this and enjoyed my stay in India, and hope to will be back anytime. I will do my very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. I would now like to introduce our special guest, guest of honor, Dr. Sanat Mahavithange, sir. Sir is the director of the Center for Mindfulness-Based Research and Practices, University of Sri Jayawardhanpura, Sri Lanka. His work includes EEG-based approaches for understanding brain activity and supporting psychological assessment and intervention. Sir continues to promote the integration of neuroscience with mindfulness and clinical psychology practice. I would now like to invite Sir to address the gathering.
Madam Chief Guest, dignitaries at the head table. When I was a young university student, accidentally I happened to read a book that is Mahabharata. I fell in love with Mahabharata. And then I started reading Tagore's work, and then Narayan. And since then, ladies and gentlemen, my world became Mahabharata. And when I became a profession and get the ability to spend money to travel, I started traveling to India. And as far as I can remember, this is my 10th visit to India. And I have widely traveled from Himachal Pradesh to all the way to Tamil Nadu. From there it was just a 45-minute swim to Jaffna, Sri Lanka. I have experienced India, I have felt India, and India became my world. Yet, there were few states, few places that I really wanted to visit. Want to get that feeling. You know, the visiting is different, getting the feeling is different. But since yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, that feeling is gone. You know why? It was such an exceptional performance by our student during the cultural show. They took us to Lucknow, they took us to different parts of the Varanasi and different parts of the India, and I really sensed and felt the way in which they performed, and they brought whole India into that cultural show. Thank you so much. I think we need to give a good round of applause for them. I really enjoyed till the last minute the cultural show. That was super performance. I think Dr. Anand spoke about the number of presentations, number of keynote speeches, and all these things that we have had during the last 3 days, which I'm not going to speak on. But I want to highlight one point, that the 51st National Conference, just 2 years younger to me as the age, I can understand the amount of work behind all those who have worked hard to bring the association to this level. But I have to mention this story also. Last year, I have been invited to give a keynote speech at the United Nations Vesak Day celebration in Vietnam. And I gave the keynote, and it went quite well. And there was a huge queue of people to congratulate me. But ladies and gentlemen, there's one individual who came running to congratulate me and told me that Dr. Sanath, you should come to India, you share your experiences. Dr. Anand is our convener. Unless otherwise his efforts, I think this conference wouldn't have been such a great success. Later I got to know that he is such a nature is that he brought a lot of experts into one table and do his best for the society. I think, ladies and gentlemen, he deserves a more round of applause for his hard work and his ability to network with the others and his ability to convince others to do something better for the society. And also, I'm really thankful to you, madam. I'm really honored to be in the same platform. And I feel like the India is doing something differently. And what if you have all these professions, have some sort of understanding about psychology, particularly clinical psychology, the society will be a better place. The beautiful lady, the native psychologist who is actually doing this announcing here, asked me, when I asked that what I'm supposed to tell during this short speech, she told me that, sir, can you tell something which can be the theme of the next year, or which can we do next year? Now, this year your team is expanding horizons of clinical psychologists in the era of artificial intelligence across all sectors. So I was just thinking, what could be the theme, Dr. Anand? Then an idea came to my mind, which is the India is the source of that thing. Now we all really scared, some people really scared of artificial intelligence, particularly the machine learning, because people think that our jobs will be replaced and our creativity will go away. And even in some countries, there were limitations coming up not to use AI and even digital platforms. However, India is very specific. Now, while we are talking about the machine learning and artificial and intelligence and all these things, the one aspect that we have missed is that the unlimited potential of the human mind, which is called metacognition. The metacognition is such a situation where we can be aware of our own thoughts. It is very rare ability that only the human species, to a certain extent the animals also have, but only the rare skill that human species possess, that we can be aware of our own emotions. Now, the lack of metacognitive ability is the root cause for almost all psychiatric ailments, because you are unaware of your emotions, you don't know what activity you are doing, and that is what will keep the person into the illness phase. But as far as you are aware of each and every emotion that is rising at the very beginning, and as far as you are aware of each and every activity you do without getting into an autopilot mode, your brain will take you to the next level, a high level of metacognition, with which that artificial intelligence will never ever be able to compete. Now the future, I was thinking, what's the kind of future? Now there was a nice story came to my mind that when the Chinese invented the paper, which we can write, and then the books came, there was a huge issue in the society, because they think that people will start reading the books without working, and there was a huge resistance to books. But what happens? The books took to the humanity into the next level. The same thing happened when the internet came. There was a huge resistance that the people think that people will get addicted to internet or the devices and people will not do the work. But actually it is taking us to the next level. And the same thing happened when the artificial intelligence, the machine learning starts coming up. Right now I see there's a huge resistance towards it. But I'm pretty much sure, ladies and gentlemen, it will take our humanity to the next level. Now that is the evolution of our mindset, the metacognition. I see a future that the person can integrate artificial intelligence together with human intelligence is the greatest, will be the person who will be excelling in this area. It's like a king. Now in Sri Lanka and India we have kings. You know that the king is supported by so much of people to support him, to wash his hand there's a person, wash his face there's a person, to give him clothes there's a person. Like that, in future, ladies and gentlemen, we will be working with at least 2 or 3 AI bots who will be supporting us doing everything, and our life will be so much easy. Our ability to learn will be very high, and our ability to work with the others will be very high. And it's just a matter of synchronizing artificial intelligence and human intelligence and become a great human being. And India, coming, I'm actually a mindfulness practitioner. So being a source of mindfulness is being India, is India has such a great capacity to deliver it to the whole world. Madam Chief Guest, I feel that with this conference, India has taken an initiative to take this to the next level and offer something totally innovative and different to the whole world, and that is what this Clinical Psychology Association is doing. So while wishing all the very best, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insights with all of us. Now, I would like to invite our guest of honor, Dr. Suryadev Tripathi, sir, to address the gathering. He is the director of the Center for Morality Promotion, Thailand. Sir is a pediatrician and the former director of National Institute for Child and Family Development. He has also contributed to many national initiatives on child, youth, and public health development. I welcome you, sir. It's a privilege to have you with us.
Respected Asmita Lal, District Magistrate of Bhagpat, Uttar Pradesh, India, and also Dr. Naveen Grover, who is the president of IACP. And I have also met a lot of here, Dr. Sanat, Dr. Schellenberg from Germany. Let me a little bit introduce about myself. That is also my name is Suryadev Tripathi. I was born in Thailand, but my blood, motherhood is India. That means my mom and dad is also migration to Thailand from since Second World War. We have relative in Gorakhpur. Last year, I just visit in Gorakhpur, and also have a lot of connection with India. This is not my first time in India, but for the GAUTAM BUDDH University, this is my first time. This is my first experience. So that is also be very, very impressive. My role function in Thailand, they call me very nickname like a Dr. Dale. If you go to Thailand, mostly of the people, they know me. Formerly, when I was a children, that is, I think about that, my natively is really India and really like an Indian culture. Aware about the bully from inside the school too. But you know that when I'm grower, and I'm also be a pediatrician, and I'm running about the Sweet Enough campaign, the whole country, and become unsweetened milk, the whole country in Thailand, inside the school. That is one of the successful and challenging me. Even some of the what kind of milk company also blacklist my name to that they shaping the behavior of the Thai people to concern about the nutrition. The other aspect is I'm also running a lot of society issue in Thailand. Even last time, General Prayut Chan-o-cha, who is the Prime Minister of Thailand, at that time I'm also be an executive consultant of the Ministry of Education. He asked me in the parliament that what is the Dr. Dale meaning? Dale meaning. I said that Deo meaning is God. So what is Dr. Deo? Doctor of God. What I explained to him, Doctor of God, he said to consultant, oh, our government, that is also Doctor of God. So right now, I'm sure that exactly about that in Thailand, they know me, Dr. Deo. That is a nickname. Why they know me? Because I'm 4-in-1. The first, I'm also doing like an academic. I'm associate professor, Dr. Suryadeo. I'm also has a professorship in adolescent and also in children's section, working in the Mahidol University and also get icon award in from both university high ranking in Chulalongkorn University and also in Mahidol University. Do the research, teaching the medical student as a pediatrician and also be doing some kind of medical service. Right now, I also manage my patient too. But the other position is administration, very closely with the political side. So I can propose all these kind of my what kind of my issue or might be my project to the parliament because my position is under supervision with the Ministry of Culture directly. I be the General Secretary of the what is called that is a moral assembly. Okay. So moral assembly, that is the prime minister also be a chairman. So this is my position that is 4-in-1 and know about the Dr. Dale. I'm really impressive here because I met Dr. Anand in Dubai in last year and also be very impressive. He said to me that it should to be very warm welcome to be here in the IACP. We also met the Vice Chancellor this morning. I think what I feel about really impressive about this clinical psychologist. My last sentence to all of you that you are gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, you do very, very important thing about the mental health and mind. That is really different from the robot. We would like to humanity, dignity about, so we admire all the clinical psychologists and psychologists who is working in the mind fullness and also in the mental health, like a motherhood of mental health in humanity. So we will have a collaboration between country to country, Thailand and India. Even my name is Indian, I'm also be an overseas citizen, but I will collaboration between this university and in Thailand university, and I also be, if possible, is also be might be the government to government, the ministry to ministry too. So thank you so much to inviting me. Thank you, Dr. Anand, and also Madam here, chief guest, and all of you, admire all of you, be humanity and dignity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Ms. Asmita Lal ma'am. Ma'am is an IAS officer currently holding the charge of District Magistrate of Bagpat. She holds a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's degree in clinical psychology from TIS. She has a decade of experience in public service with a commitment to inclusive development and responsive administration. In an era where mental health is emerging as a central pillar of governance, her insights are both timely and invaluable, bridging the worlds of clinical understanding and administrative action. Ma'am, your contributions and leadership in this field have been a source of inspiration for many, and we are truly grateful for your presence here with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming ma'am on the stage to address the gathering.
Good evening, everyone, respected dignitaries, distinguished experts, and esteemed participants. Earlier today, it was such an enlightening interaction with Dr. Naveen Grover. And I'd also begin by acknowledging and appreciating and expressing my gratitude to GAUTAM BUDDH University and Dr. A.P. Singh for collaborating with District Administration Bagpat. Your team has been amazing, so consistent, so professional, so skilled. And because of the assessments, I know for a fact that the kind of impact that it has on the people. And we should know that, just the ability to be able to identify your ailment, it is so cathartic. So I could see something in the psychologist that had come to Bhagpat, and after a very long time, the attention to details, the nuances, the verbal and non-verbal cues, how significant that is, the importance of something as simple as probably catharsis, to listen without biases and judgments. And how important is that? Because as a teacher, as an administrator, or as a human being, you can't be a good one if you have all the biases and the stereotypes and the judgments. So, I think psychology keeps us aware, it keeps us in check, and empathy. Again, this is something that I feel that this is the most significant aspect of psychology, and that is what I think we all have in common, the potential, and that our collaboration actually holds is immense. And it also gives me immense pleasure to be present here at this important academic gathering. I thank Dr. A.P. Singh once again and the organizers for the gracious invitation and the bringing together such a thoughtful and timely conference, which is not only academically relevant and useful, but also socially urgent as well. So it's an honor to speak on a subject that lies at the intersection of psychology, human behavior, governance, technology, expanding horizons of clinical psychology in the era of AI. I'd be able to give you a brief kind of administrative perspective to it. So we are living in a time where progress of a country is not just measured in terms of the economic development and the indicators, but the well-being of the people. And at the heart of it is mental health. So conditions such as depression or anxiety disorders today, it constitutes a silent crisis, and we all would agree with that. So cutting across age, gender, geography, socio-economic boundaries. So for an administrator, that is not merely a health issue. It's a matter of human capital, demographic dividend, social stability, and also governance effectiveness. What we're doing now is moving from reaction to anticipation. Like earlier, traditionally, administration has always been very reactive in responding after a crisis has happened. And artificial intelligence, in that way, it kind of gives us the power to be able to anticipate, identify, and also intervene early. So this is no longer an aspiration. I believe it's the promise of AI. For a district administration, AI is not just a tool, it's actually a force multiplier. Through AI-enabled systems, we can map mental health vulnerabilities, we can identify high-risk groups with precision, design targeted, data-driven interventions. Instead of fragmented efforts, we move towards intelligent governance that covers a large amount of population. The most important aspect for me is actually democratizing mental health care. One of the greatest challenges in India, it has been, and I feel that it still is to a very large extent, has always been access. With limited specialists and vast populations, traditional systems just cannot meet the demand. So here, artificial intelligence bridges that gap, and initiatives such as the mental health telemanas helpline and AI-driven platforms, they are transforming that access, bringing mental health to the last mile. For an administration, this actually means delivering care not just to people who seek it, but also to the people who silently need it. So, and strengthening the administrative backbone, it actually does that. An often overlooked dimension is the mental well-being of our own workforce. Something that we have seen over the years, be it the police force, be it the mental health, be it the health professionals in hospitals or our own people in the offices. Uh, it can detect stress, it can, and also detect burnout very early, it can provide timely counseling support, build a more resilient administrative machinery. A strong administration actually begins with mentally healthy and resilient people, employees, administrators. And when this comes an important consideration, the ethical one, which is central to the entire concept of us as clinicians, that mental health data is actually so deeply personal, and algorithms, as we have seen, can have biases. Also, technology cannot replace the human empathy, and therefore, our approach must be very clear that AI can guide us, but humanity is something that will define us, it shall define us. I believe the future lies in convergence, so administration must act as a catalyst, bringing together health systems, educational institutions, social welfare departments, and also technology innovators. AI can become the common platform where this entire convergence happens. So this is very much a call to leadership and in conclusion, the integration of artificial intelligence with clinical psychology is not merely, it's not a technological shift, it's a governance revolution. It challenges us to move from treatment to prevention. It challenges us from moving from access to inclusion and from administration to from just administration to empathetic leadership. As administrators, we are not just policy implementers, we are custodians of human dignity. And so let us harness AI to build smarter systems that build society into a healthier, smarter, more compassionate, and more resilient. Because ultimately, the success of governance is not measured by how efficiently we manage systems, but how deeply, how empathetically we support the people that we serve. With this, I also want to again appreciate GAUTAM BUDDH University, the Department of Psychology and Mental Health, the academic energy and the collaborative spirit and the commitment to discussion are visible in the very design of this event. So let me conclude by saying that this work that you're doing here is not just limited to a seminar hall, to this university. Actually, it impacts, it has the potential to impact hospitals, schools, workplaces, communities. It has the power to improve lives in very real ways. It's profoundly public. It's not just academic. This work is profoundly public, profoundly social, and profoundly humane. I thank the university, Dr. A.P. Singh, for inviting me here. I congratulate the organizers, the faculty, all the participants here, the dignitaries, the experts, and everyone present here. I wish the conference, great success, and I hope that this deliberation will provide ideas that are both innovative, practical, and can be implemented and that will serve mental health care in India with great strength and sensitivity. And I would also like to extend my invitation to the faculty here, to the students here, to experiment and to lay out pilot projects in District Bagpat whenever there is a need. So thank you once again, Jen.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enlightening words and also gracing us with your valuable presence at this event. We are indeed grateful to our esteemed guests to have devoted their precious time and efforts for this program. As a way of showing our gratitude, we would like to felicitate our guests with small tokens of remembrance. First, I request Dr. Anand Pratap Singh sir to felicitate Ms. Asmita Lal IAS ma'am, our chief guest. Next, I request Dr. Pooja Kumari ma'am to felicitate Dr. Naveen Grover sir, Honorable President IACP. Next, I would request Dr. Shubhra Sharma ma'am to present a token to Dr. Suryodot Tripathi sir, our guest of honor. I request Dr. Ashwiya ma'am to please present a token of her gratitude to Dr. Suryodot Tripathi sir. Next, I would request Mrs. Akriti Vashni ma'am to felicitate Dr. Sanat Mahavathangya sir, our guest of honor. Next, I will request Dr. Anu Theodia ma'am to present a talker to Dr. Rutika Schellenberg sir, our special guest for today's program. Last but not the least, I request Dr. Mohan Lecture ma'am to felicitate Dr. Anand Pratap Singh sir, our conference convener.
As we move forward, we now arrive at a moment of recognition. It is now our privilege to acknowledge and honor individuals whose work and contributions have left a lasting impact on the field. To confer our very first award, the S.K. Verma Award, we would like to invite on stage Dr. Amita Puri ma'am, who is the daughter of Dr. S.K. Verma sir. We would request ma'am to please say a few words before the results are announced.
Namaskar. It's a matter of honor today, and I'm very, very privileged to meet Dr. Manoranjan Sahai. I think he's left. He's just left, but he was there. And during my father's time, we were meeting earlier, and lot of pleasant memories and very special things we were discussing. He is also equally passionate about the this profession. My father and Dr. Anand Prakash, yes, thank you so much, and Dr. Gauri Shankar, because they invited me today for this. I remember, I was just remembering my father's, some of the things with Dr. Manoranjan Sahai and Dr. B.L. Dubey. I remember I was a gold medalist in my time, and I used to feel, as all students do, I'm also a psychology alumni. So when I did my masters, when I did my undergrad, gold medalist again, I thought, oh my God, scholarship is that. I'm so corners up. And my father would always say in Punjabi, "और क्या कितना है?" So what else? You need to do more and more. Then masters, gold medalist again. So what? And he would make me. He would ask me questions in such a way I would feel, oh my God, I don't know this, I don't know that. And he was the one who would say, like I done 10 or 20 Rorschach, and he would say, till the time one completes 5,000 trials of Rorschach, you cannot claim that you know Rorschach. Not to think of expertise in the subject, and I'm sure that Dr. Gauri Shankar, Dr. Naveen, they would have some sort of reminiscences about those situations and those anecdotes. So that is how we grew up, and I've seen the passion, the enthusiasm, the energy, the synergy of the work he was committed to. For he was a founding editor of Indian Journal of Clinical Psychology. Until his last moment, he would wait for the journal to come, and he would ask me to ask Dr. T.V. Singh. That time he was the editor. He would say, "Ask him, where is the journal? Why hasn't that come in time?" And then he was very, very proud of the fact, because he was a founding member of IACP, Indian Association of this Clinical Psychology, and there were many others also equally passionate about this association. It was his wish that this association should should sparkle, like something, like even for therapeutic interventions, for the work which we do, it should follow medical model. Like he would always say that what are we doing in the classrooms, the work, the students, the as we have been discussing that the field work is very, very important out in the field. Like, like there's no such thing as 5 o'clock in psychology, because the patients are waiting for you at 12 a.m., at 1 a.m., at 2 a.m. in international time zones. And we wanted to see psychology and psychologists reach that pinnacle in India. And he believed that, he lived that till his last moment. And this award he really wanted is not the name, but he wanted to confer, to honor clinical psychology in India, to motivate people to great work in the subject, the great researchers which are out there, each one of you. And I'm so happy and so proud to see so bright faces, and Dr. Nadeem I met after a long time, and yeah, and the great many dignitaries here. So I'm sure that the future of clinical psychology in India, under the leadership of Dr. Naveen, and of course Dr. Anand Prakash has done a wonderful, wonderful, he's organized this conference like, like a very special international one, as Dr. Naveen was saying that. And with this, I would like to say thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, we now request you and all our honored dignitaries to kindly come forward and present the award. Before that, we would like to invite the President of IACP to say a few words.
Madam, please. No, I thought it's always better to correct your mistake and kind of like go with that. Our professor Mananjan Sai were there, so somehow I missed that. And then Madam Anita Puri was there, the daughter of our professor S.K. Verma. She has her own identity also, but at present it's more of the daughter of S.K. Verma that we are today. For that purpose, we have invited her. Professor Verma, I haven't met him personally in my life, but what I've heard about him, many stories, that how he used to take journals on his cycle, on his career, and how he used to kind of like distribute. He would bring in his briefcase, would be when he would go for the conference, his briefcase would be full of the journals to give it to the different members and kind of like to all those. And he served IACP. I mean, it's not about the finance, as Madam rightly said, it's not about the name for the award, but he wanted to do the same way. It's not about the finance we are talking about, it's about the kind of like the spirit that he had, that he would carry it and he would say that this money which I can save actually when I'm coming for the conference can go back to the IACP betterment, and he would spend from his own pocket to serve the IACP. It's kind of like in his memory that when we were trying, we are also apologetic that it got delayed, because we were trying to, she was saying that yes, I want to start it as soon as possible, but somehow it was getting delayed from our side. So this year we said that we will make more guidelines much better from the next year onwards. But this year we didn't want to miss the award, and so we are so grateful, so thankful to these two stalwarts, and we will always remember them. And I mean, this is, I can't say on behalf of the EC, I would apologize, but yes, on my behalf, because that was my responsibility. But it's never too late to actually accept your mistake and then move forward. So thank you so much, Madam, for gracing this occasion and coming.
Based on the decision of the award committee, we are pleased to announce that after the participants' presentations, we have 3 recipients of the S.K. Verma Award. I request the dignitaries to first present the award to Dr. Lalit Kumar Singh. Next, I request the dignitaries to present the S.K. Verma Award to Dr. Amanpreet Kaur. The next recipient of the S.K. Verma Award is Dr. Amit Kumar Soni.
As a gesture of our respect, we would also like to present a small token to Dr. Amita Puri ma'am. I request Dr. Naveen Grover sir along with all the dignitaries to kindly felicitate Dr. Amita Puri ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. The next award is S.C. Gupta Best Paper Award. This year, 3 presenters were shortlisted by the award committee for their outstanding work. The 3 presenters were Dr. Amrita Pine, Ms. Ritu Mutkal, and Ms. G. Swanyamina. After careful deliberation, the committee has selected one paper for this award. It is a privilege to announce that the S.C. Gupta Best Paper Award goes to Dr. Amrita Pine. Thank you. Now, we would also like to extend our gratitude to some of the organizations for their support and contribution. First, I would like to extend our support and gratitude to Conscious Mind Solution. I request the representative of Conscious Mind Solution to please come up on the stage to receive a token of gratitude. I also request the representative of UPS Education to please join us. Some of the other organizations that also made their support and contribution are Neuropsych Center, AHA Therapy, Satwa Manas, Flyteka Tech Private Limited, Secure E-Solution Private Limited, and Kukhya Private Limited. We are highly grateful for all your support and contribution.
Moving forward, we would now like to take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate the efforts of those who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this conference a success. We would like to invite the members of the organizing committee on stage. Dr. Ashfiya Nishat ma'am, Dr. Shipra Sharma ma'am, Dr. Pooja Kumari ma'am, Dr. Anu Teotia ma'am, Dr. Munman Lepcha ma'am, Ms. Ritu Sahu ma'am, Ms. Mansi Shukla ma'am, Ms. Astha Gupta ma'am, Ms. Arju ma'am, Ms. Gayatri Kumar ma'am, Ms. Mansi Sengar ma'am, Ms. Nikita Yadav ma'am, Mrs. Akriti Vashne ma'am, Ms. Vanshika Thukral ma'am, Mr. Vivek Khatkar, Ms. Kalpana Dhani, Ms. Tanishka Bansal, Ms. Lekhanshi Manocha, that would be me, Ms. Avantika Chaudhary, Ms. Bhavika Tahiliani, Ms. Khushi Lamia, Ms. Rishina Tyagi, Dr. Nilakshi Chandra, Ms. Gunjan Teotia, Miss Vidushi, Mr. Parth, Miss Simran, Mr. Dushyant Raghav, Mr. Raghav Sharma, Miss Unniti Rana, Mr. Arpit, Mr. Abhinav Kumar, Mr. Abhishek Prajapati, and Mr. Raj Kumar from IT support. As we are running short of time and our chief guests and dignitaries have other commitments, we would be awarding the certificates of all the other organizing committee members and volunteers after this session. We are truly grateful to our dignitaries for having spent their precious time with us, and for the other organizing committee members, we truly acknowledge and appreciate all your efforts.
Now, we would also request our dignitaries to kindly felicitate our conference convener, Dr. Anand Pratap Singh, sir. We request our dignitaries to felicitate the President of IACP, Dr. Naveen Grover, sir. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? On behalf of the organizing team, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to all the I request all the members of the organizing committee to please come near the stage for a group photograph.
सर प्लीज अच्छा ये स्पीकर का अच्छा अब हो गया लगाना कहाँ लगाना कोर्ट पे कुछ बोलेंगे
बैठना नहीं है, बस वहाँ खड़े होना है. Some members can stand in front of the stage. हट भाई मुझे उसके साथ आना है उसको मेरे साथ खिंचानी है इसलिए आ रही है वो आ गई है चलो ट्यूशन का ट्यूशन यही है से पहले भाई
To mark the culmination of the formal valedictory of the NSC IACP 2026, I request Dr. Ashfiya Nishad ma'am to kindly give out the vote of thanks.
A very good evening to everyone present here. Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, distinguished speakers, and dear delegates. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee of this conference for the successful culmination of the 51st National Annual Conference of Indian Association of Clinical Psychology, that is NACICP 2026. At the outset, I esteem I extend our deepest gratitude to our Honorable Chief Guest, Miss Asmita Lal, Ma'am, IAS District Magistrate, Bagpat, Uttar Pradesh, for gracing the valedictory ceremony and inspiring us with her valuable words, which means a lot for us. We express our heartfelt appreciation to the President of Indian Academy of Clinical Psychology, Dr. Naveen Grover, sir, for his leadership and continued guidance to the field of clinical psychology. Our deepest gratitude to our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Sanat, Dr. Sanat sir and Dr. Suryadev Tripathi sir, for their gracious presence and meaningful contribution to the valedictory session. I would also like to express our sincere thanks to our special guest, Dr. Rudiger Schellenberg, sir. My heartfelt thanks to the conference convener and head Department of Psychology and Mental Health, Dr. Anand Pratap Singh, sir, for their vision, for their vision, dedication, and their tireless efforts in making this conference a grand success. I extend my gratitude to all our esteemed resource persons, speakers, and chairpersons who enriched this conference with their expertise, insights, and engaging discussions across plenaries, symposia, workshops, and scientific sessions. A special words of appreciation goes to all delegates, research scholars, and students whose enthusiastic involvement brought life and vibrancy to this academic gathering. My special thanks to all my colleagues and my dear students for their hard work and support. I would also like to acknowledge the efforts of our sponsors, collaborators, technical teams, volunteers, and support staff who work diligently behind the scenes to ensure the smooth execution of the event. As we conclude, we carry forward not just knowledge but renewed inspiration to extend the horizons of clinical psychology in this evolving era. Thank you all once again for your presence, participation, and contributions. Thank you all.
Before we conclude, let us all rise and pay respect to our great nation. I request everyone to please rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे।
With this, we conclude NAC IACP 2026. Thank you all for your valuable participation. Let us all continue learning and expanding this field to make a meaningful impact. Before the final dispersal, we have tea arranged. Please move to the cafeteria and also collect your certificates from the registration desk. Thank you everyone. Have a great evening.